Good morning friends, welcome back in my channel, that is Manish for Life Sciences or Manish Life Sciences, both you can search. My email address is manishforlifesciences@gmail.com. So we were studying in the last videos, you have studied that different types of tissue. The last chapter we have studied that was the tissue. Today we are going to start the diversity in the living organism, or in short we are also calling it biodiversity. What the biodiversity means actually? It is clear from the name itself, diversity in the living organism. The different kind of living organism present in the nature. Simple. All the lives are originated, like suppose we are thinking that this is a living organism, this entire system is the living system. So you can see there are the diversification, they are moving in the different directions. So diversity means they have the different kinds. Like this chapter is also known as biodiversity, we can say that. Bio means living and diversity means the different kind. In the nature, so many millions of organisms are present, millions of species of plant and animals we can observe in our nature. So these all things we are studying in a particular topic that is called as biodiversity. And why it was so simple, first we should know what is biodiversity. We have already defined it. The different form of living organism found in a particular region is called biodiversity. The millions of plants and animals are present. So once a branch of biology is associated with this is called as taxonomy. What the taxonomy? First we will study about the different terms associated in the biodiversity, then we will go in the broader classification, right? So what the taxonomy is, it is the branch of biology which deals with the study of classification and nomenclature of the living organism. What the taxonomy is? It is the science of classification and nomenclature of the living organisms. Now what is classification? What do you mean by classification? What do you mean by nomenclature? So it is very clear. Classifying, we are going to categorize the different things, the different living organisms into different groups. So how this grouping will be done? It will be based on the similarities and differences. Like we are different, you are different. We can see we are more than 6 billion population there are more than 6 billion population in the world. So we are different, our faces are different, like Indians are different. Even if you will see the South Indians their complexity is different. Even the other the Western people, they appears different. So morphologically we are different. It may be possible some anatomical differences are also there. So based on that, similarities and differences, we have categorized the different living organism into different category. So the science of grouping of the living organism into convenient categories is called as classification. And this classification is based on the observable character, easily observable character, based on the character which can observe, and we can segregate it based on the similarities and differences. Next one is the nomenclature. What the nomenclature is? Now we have classified. Okay, this is this is one type of organism. This is one type of organism. Oh, it appears green in color. It can grow throughout the life, and its trunk is so thick. Oh, so these all are having, like, these are the different categories. They are appearing green in color. They do photosynthesis. They have fruits. They have vegetables. They have leaves. So we have categorized. Okay, these all organisms will be kept in one category, that is plant. Now on the other hand, like these are different. They don't have green appearance, but they have limbs. They cannot locomote, but we can locomote. So these are the differences and similarities. Like similarity, what? Oh, this is also a living organism. We are also a living organism. So based on similarities and differences, we have classified, we have categorized into different categories. We will come to know what are the different categories later on. Next is now we have to give the particular name. Okay, these green appearance organism which can do certain things, which can prepare their own food, those who are producing vegetable, fruit, etc. We are calling it, okay, these will be known as plants. And these peoples, these organisms, those who can locomote, those whose growth is not throughout the life, they will be categorized as an animal. I am giving just example how to classify. So and one name should be there, because we have to identify. Naming is required. Like I am Manish Kumar. Why? Because my name is Manish Kumar, and if my parents has given the name. Similarly, the other organisms also, we have given the name, like X, Mr. X, Mr. Y, Mr. Z. These all are the identification of these all particular type of organism. So these are named, these are known with their name. So of course the nomenclature is what? It's a process of it's a process of standardize the naming of living organism. We have to give a particular name, and for that also system is there. We will come to that. Now just concluding these two things, like systematics, like classification and nomenclature, we are studying the branch is called as taxonomy. It means that we are going to do the things systematically. That's why these all are called as this is also known as, this entire taxonomy is also known as systematics. What the systematics is? The systematics word has been derived from a Latin word, that is systema. Systema means systematic arrangement of living organism. We are going to categorize systematically based on the similarities and differences. And what it includes, the systematics include the identification, nomenclature and classification. Now this include the systematic, the biodiversity. What in the biodiversity, what we will study? We will study to identify the living organism, how to identify, what the name should be given, and how we should categorize it or classify it. And as a conclusory part, if we will observe these all things like identification, nomenclature and classification, we will come to a conclusion part that will show the evolutionary relationship between the organisms. How we are related to plants, how plants are related to us, from where we originate. Oh, is there anything also apart from this plant and animal? Yes, bacteria, it is the one cell. Oh, this is the some differences are there, like bacteria is made up of one cell, but it is so simple. It do not have certain cell like nucleus, it do not contain. We have studied in the earlier classes also. Bacteria do not have nucleus. The eukaryotic cells are there, prokaryotic cells are there. So these all are showing a gradual development, how the things developed, how we did. We have identified them. Okay, it is so and so. These are the characteristics of this. So this will be known as bacteria or virus or whatever. Then we are giving some nomenclature, name we are giving. Okay, this particular species with name with the some certain type of name, like Mangifera indica, mango. It is the name of mango, a juicy fruit having so much delicious pulp. Classifying, we are going to classify what it is whether it is a plant or animal. If plant is there, what are the other categories? So basically this is the introductory part of the biodiversity or the diversity in the living organism. Just let me conclude. Biodiversity means, or diversity in the living organism means, what kind of different living organism, what are the different kinds of living organism are existing in the nature. The science which deals with the study of classification and nomenclature of these organisms is called taxonomy. And since we are doing systematically all the classification, nomenclature, identification, systematically we are moving, stepwise, gradually we are moving based on the similarities and differences. So these all are this science is also known as systematics, and it includes identification, nomenclature and classification of the living organism. And as we are seeing, this is these we are studying systematically These are showing the evolutionary relationship among these organisms, how the evolution takes place, how the gradual development takes place, which was come earlier and which one is the advanced one, which was the primitive and which was the advanced, what the advancement happened from the primitive. So this all we are studying in this one. Now next question you can ask is, sir, what is the need or what are the advantages of studying the taxonomy or the biodiversity? So we will study about the advantages of the biodiversity, or what are the application of the biodiversity. So we have gone through the different different aspects of taxonomy, what the taxonomy is, what the biodiversity is. Now and in taxonomy we have studied like different classification. It is the study of classification and nomenclature of the organism. Now what are the advantages? Why we are going to classify the organism? Simple one, if we have classified the different organism into different categories, they will make our study more convenient and easy. They can be easily understood. Like if we are studying a group of representative organisms, we can have a general idea of all form of life at a glance. When we are studying a small group, like this much group of some plants, like we study mango plant, suppose we study guava plant also. So based on that we can see, okay, 100 guava plants I have studied, 100 mango plant I have studied, and they were the representative of mango and guava family or the type of plant. So they some common conclusion we will get, or some differences and similarity we will get. So based on that, at a glance we can see that what are the their general characteristics. So classification makes our study convenient and easy. It gives an idea of all form of organism in a single glance. At a glance we can have a general idea. Next, the last and the third advantages of the classification is, and it is the most important, it establishes the interrelationship, how the organisms are related with each other. It establishes or reveals the interrelationship among the different group of organisms. So this classification make our study convenient and easy. With a study of a small number of group of people, small group of organisms, it gives the general idea at a glance. Third one, classification is helping in establishing the relationship between the different living organisms. So it makes our study very convenient. In the next part we will study about the different categories of the classification, what are the different categories, hierarchy, and different taxonomical aids are there. So how we are this classification system, how the taxonomy we are studying, what are the things which helps in study the living organism, what were the outcome of the living organism. So in the next class we will study about this, the different hierarchy, categories of classification of taxonomy, the different aids of the taxonomy, different tools of the different taxonomy. Thank you.